What is going on, guys? We are back with another video. Believe it or not, we're in the playoffs at 10-6. I don't know how it happened. I think it has something to do with same games, because as far as the Cardinals go, I believe he has the tiebreaker for the division or the conference wins. However, I think the tiebreaker goes similar games first. So, of course, he went on a 3-game losing streak. We won on a 4-game winning streak. So if you want to count that, that's like a 7-point differential between him and us. Unfortunate for him, but he actually, he played an absolute great season. And ultimately, I was glad to be where we were, even if we missed the playoffs. But obviously, I'm super happy. We got to re-sign the trainer and the scouts. And you're probably really confused, but I'm actually turning this into the Stats and Awards video. Of course, looking at the stats, we, of course, made the playoffs. You already know that. Very strange video. 5,000 big ones for Jared Goff. Don't look at the picks. 38 touchdowns, 31 picks. 107 passer rating, 67% completion percentage. 98 was the longest, which I believe was Van Jefferson when he actually had a scenario early in the season, if I'm not mistaken. Cam Akers with a really solid season. 185 attempts, 1,245 yards with 13 rushing touchdowns. Fumbled 4 times, but I think half of them were recovered by us. Darrell Henderson, not a bad season either, and he doesn't really, he's not super flashy for us. He just kind of runs in the right direction. Don't look at Jared Goff's fumbles. Receiving, Van Jefferson, no double-digit touchdowns, which could hurt him for a superstar dev-up chance, but really good yards. Higbee, over 1,000 yards, believe it or not, with 5 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp, 996, 13 touchdowns. Equinemius St. Brown, 735 with 5 touchdowns. And then Cam Akers just about hit 2,000 yards total and almost 20 touchdowns. Really good season for him. The most rack of any of the players on the team as well, which is crazy because more than 50% of it's a rack, which is pretty nice, actually. I like a nice rack. But yeah, you can tell here, our receiving game is not big play potential outside of maybe Cam Akers. It's really not. But, we did have a few decent plays, and maybe we'll get a few in the playoffs, hopefully. As far as blocking goes, really good season, considering there was a couple of weeks where we felt like we couldn't block a single soul, but then most of the time we were pretty good. Tackles, don't even want to talk about it. We're terrible. Sacks, we're working on this, but I think that's just the way it is this year because throw out a sack is so common and so overpowered that if you're getting hit and you don't even see it and you throw it as you're getting hit, you're still going to get the throw off. It's just not a sack, but the picks could be up. And as far as sack totals, like I said, just not good. Pick totals, though, 8 for Rapp, 7 for Josh Jackson, 6 for Burgess, 6 for Ramsey, 4 for Long, 3 for Holcomb, 1 for Howard, Crossan, and Darius Williams. As far as deflections go, I believe this is a big factor for upgrading devs. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be people with a lot more than that. Forced fumbles, Rapp has to have a few, yeah? 2 forced, 1 recovered, 2 forced for Donald, 1 recovered, 2 for Lewis, 1 for Long, Howard, Burgess, Holcomb. So we actually fumble a lot of, force a lot of fumbles. Earlier in the season, didn't have any, but we started popping. We started popping dudes off. Okay. David Long with 3 defensive touchdowns, 2 for Ramsey, 2 for Jackson, 1 for Rapp, Donald, Howard, Holcomb, and Robinson. It's kind of strange for David Long to have only 4 picks, but he has 3 of those for touchdowns, so makes the most of it every time. We probably missed a few extra points, I'd imagine. 3 extra points missed, 2 field goals missed because I'm trash at the game. I mean, some of you guys like punting. There's their punting stats. Kick returns, Darrell Henderson early in the season had a touchdown. Punt returns, we just don't get punts much because we don't play very good at defense. As far as the rest of the league goes, the top of the top for passing, Matt Ryan with the most of the yards, 55, 68, 48 touchdowns, 29 picks. I don't know if he was MVP, though. I don't remember. Deshaun Watson, so 3 guys over 5,000 yards. We definitely want to limit that, but it's very tough. It's really tough. Defense is hard to play, especially in franchise, an ultimate team for the most part, unless you're like 30, 40 million coins. It's going to be pretty similar in speed and all that. In here, the average corner, the fastest corner is maybe 95, 96. There's a lot of receivers with 96, 97 or higher speed. The speed differential is huge. And, of course, with change of direction, it's really big. Like we said with those picks, though, a lot of people throwing picks. 55 for Darnold. There's so many picks. Jordan Love, of course, had a decent season. Garoppolo to the Steelers had a decent season. As far as completion percentage goes, the most accurate quarterback goes to Mr. Tom Brady, then Carson Wentz, then Goff. Okay. Patrick Mahomes right behind him. As far as passer rating, this should go to Garoppolo. Yeah, very good passer rating. The only one that looked elite, really, Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo. I guess Jordan Love as well. Herbert, decent season there too. Looking at the rushing numbers, Akers on the list. Not bad. I like it. Of course, we didn't force the rushing touchdowns, which, I mean, some of these are ridiculously high, but we didn't force the rushing touchdowns too much, but still a good season. 1,500, 1,400, 1,400. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 guys over 1,000 rushing yards on the season. Maybe a little bit too high, but we are playing on 8-minute quarters, so I don't really know what else we can do. I mean, you want to go lower than that? Probably not. Touchdowns, though, 3 guys over 20 or at 20, a couple of guys in the 15 to 17 range. I thought, Akers had a pretty modest season. No real cheesing in the rushing department. The longest run of the season goes to Raheem Mostert. Wouldn't even be surprised if it was against me. Julio Jones with 19 touchdowns, 1,800 yards, ridiculous. Henry Ruggs, that is so high for a rookie. We've tried to limit it, but speed is just king in Madden. A.J. Brown had a really good year, so did Diggs, Adams, Terry McLaurin, Odell, Paris Campbell. I mean, you look at these names, there's no chance Van has a dev up, so I'm not too mad that we didn't get to 10 touchdowns, because it's got to be like top 8, I believe, in receiving yards and touchdowns in the entire league, I believe, to get a dev up. So, yeah, unless they're willing to hand out the entire league getting dev ups, probably not. As far as tight ends go, though, we were the 3rd best tight end. Maybe the X Factor, probably not, but I really don't care anyways, because, I don't even know if we're going to start him. I have a couple of ideas for a trade piece. A lot of guys at like 100 tackles. This is the guy, remember, we were going to go for him. Javen White went to exams. I really should have taken him, but I do love Tucker McCann, so I can't really say anything about it. Of course, a couple of guys in the double digits for sacks, but I will say it's kind of sad that we have more picks per 1 sack than we do sacks in the league. Fred Warner with 12, Levante. I mean, it's always going to be the super athletic guys that are going to have the high picks, so nothing really shocking here. Deflections. Anyone get a lot of deflections? 21 for Callahan. Maybe Adoree. If Adoree goes up to superstar in the first year, I'm going to cry, because we didn't do that. Oh, it sucks so much. As far as kicking goes, 100% accuracy for a few guys. That doesn't count. Lambo is going to be the AFC kicker of the year. NFC will probably be Crosby. What's the longest field goal made? I like looking at that. 61-yarder. Where were we? Were we on this list? 57? That's not bad. Longest punt. Where's the longest punt? 73 yards for Colquitt. What is the wind flying? The best average punter was Brett Maher, who used to be a kicker. And then J.K. Scott. Kick returning touchdowns. Duvernay. Oh, look at that. Duvernay, Callaway. Everything is rhyming today. Jakeem Grant, 3 touchdowns too. Got a couple of decent return men seasons. And then as far as punt returns, one guy with double the amount of one. Okay, Stroman. Nice. Okay, not bad at all. I like it. And then finally, going on to the yearly awards, the MVP of the league, Justin Rookie Herbert. With, the near 5,050 touchdown season. Matt Ryan right below, maybe should have had it over him. You're not going to see one of our guys there, I'll tell you that. As far as Coach of the Year, I feel like we should be higher. Like, that is, we were not expected to do what we did there, especially with the comeback. We'll show the AFC awards, and then we will move on to the NFC awards, which obviously means a little bit more to us. White, he was Defensive Player of the Year as well, so yeah, I don't know what his dev is, but if it's not at least star by now, that is harsh. Herbert, Baker, and Garoppolo are the best 3. Don't know how Jimmy wasn't like number 1. Once again, I think it's touchdowns and yards mean more than being bad at turnovers, which is why I thought maybe Goff had a chance to be up there. This is the O-line awards, D-line awards. Winovich at number 2. It's interesting. I thought he was injured at one point. White had 3 award wins. Jesus, nice. Fitzpatrick. Okay. Couple of Steelers up there. Yoshi and his Steelers. Boswell. Matt Gay. We could have probably just waited for a kicker. Could have went for Javen White, but it is what it is. Cam Akers, number 5 on Offensive Player of the Year. I'm cool with that. As far as rookies go, that is the highest ranked non-QB. Okay, might as well say highest rated non-quarterback playing for the Packers. Defensive Player of the Year. No one on the list for us. Rookie of the Year, Cam at number 2. That hurts. but it is what it is. I mean, he's not quarterback, so it's going to happen. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Burgess at 5. I didn't expect it, but, you know, not a bad season. Goff at 3. I mean, if he doesn't go to star, that'd be a little surprising, but I still want a new QB anyway, so it's not the worst thing. I really don't care too much about Goff, but I suppose if I am going to be stuck with him overall, I would prefer to have him star, obviously, this season. No O-line. I mean, we had best D-line. Aaron Donald wins it. Not leading at all in D-line. It was Bosa for like the whole season, and then Donald had a couple of good games near the end of the season and just looked good. Linebacker, no. DB, probably not. And then kicker at 8. So the awards, not super great for us. As far as yardage goes, number 1 were the Falcons. Anything else? I don't want to go like so far in depth. We were kind of up there for points. We got like 8th. We definitely had a really good second half of the season, or late second half of the season at least. Last 4 or 5 games. 40 rushing touchdowns for the Titans. Damn, that is a lot of touchdowns. As far as defense, who gave up the least amount of points and the most? We were the 6th best at least amount of points with the 4th best yards. The most amount of points goes to the Giants at 2-14, 700 yards just about. Jesus. Crazy. You give up a lot of points, you usually lose. That's what we learned today, kids. Look at the sack totals. I mean, we're like halfway down the list there. Fumbles, we were the worst team in football for recovering fumbles for like 7 weeks, and now we're at like top 10. You know, things happen quickly. But I'm once again happy to be here. Hopefully you guys are happy to have this extra game in here. Maybe more, depends on if we win or not. Of course, no proper upgrade in overall. 3 to zone coverage, I'll take it. Is in the 70s now. But yeah, like I said, if you guys are excited about the playoffs and you're shocked that we're even in them, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe. Means a ton. Do we go strong arm? Screw it, we'll go strong arm. No scheme fit, unfortunately. +2, please be throw power. Okay, I mean, it is, and I was happy, but I don't know how much that even matters, to be honest. So I guess I'll take it. I'll take the throw power. It's not easy to get. Cooper Kupp, the man, the actual hero he is, saved the day last week. And as much as I was like, oh, that's OP, how do we get that touchdown? He actually does have red zone threat, which I believe we were in the red. Were we inside the 20 there? I think we were at the 17 maybe. If we were inside the red zone, he does have an ability where he does catch the ball at a higher rate. I don't know if your team has to be in the red zone or is it just him, but he does have a higher rate of catch in the red zone, so maybe it was actually fair after all. And enough talking, let's play against Anton's really good team. He's probably going to smoke us here, but I mean, considering before we changed the blocking sliders, we were actually kind of close to beating him. He did probably, hold off with Zeke a little bit in that game, so I don't think we were getting the full force of what he could have done, but also he was getting a boost on the O-line department, so I don't know. Hopefully it's at least somewhat fair. No BS in favor of him. If we want any chance to win, we'll probably need the luck, if anything. Going against the Cowboys next week. It was going to be here, but I was like, you know what? I need to do this video real quick. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you think we have a good chance of winning in the freaking playoffs and maybe even making a Super Bowl trip, leave a like and subscribe. Actually, I shouldn't have said that because you're not going to like and subscribe. Just leave one maybe if you want to. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Maybe a stream later today. I don't know. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video like you better because it's the playoffs. But until next video, see ya!